What is going on, everybody? It is Starkler coming back at you with another Toontown Rewritten video, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to get the Pumpkinhead Jacko Kazam curse in 2025, as well as getting a bunch of jelly beans. I think you can get, it's like up to 1,200 total, and also, if you really don't want to get the Pumpkinhead and you only want the jelly beans, I'll show you guys how to do that as well. So, you know what? At this point, it's kind of like a yearly tradition of me just showing people how to do this, so I'll try to make it as straightforward and to the point as I possibly can. So the first thing you need to do is have an open toontask slot available, and that's just so that you can accept the actual task itself. So all you need to do is just approach Jacko Kazam in Toontown Central, and then he will give you the trick or treat task, which apparently it expires in 7 days, so you only have a limited time frame to do this. But you choose the task, and then he gives you these subtle hints on what you need to do and where you need to go. But for your guys' sake, you guys have this video, so you know exactly where you need to go and what you need to do. So he gives you a little hint, a little teaser on what you need to do. And let's see. If you say trick or treat, no, nothing happens yet. So the first place we're going to be going to is actually Lighthouse Lane in Donald's Dock. So we're going to head over to Donald's Dock, and I'll show you guys exactly where you need to go and who you need to talk to. So the second toon that you're going to talk to is halfway down Lighthouse Lane, which is the street that leads towards the Berg, and it's kind of in this center point here where this lighthouse is, and there is a big toon named Sand Squash, which is funny because it's like sands, reminds me of Undertale. So you say trick or treat, and then you get 200 jelly beans, and then you walk up to the toon, which is very important. Always make sure you talk to the toon every single time, and then she will give you a subtle hint, and it talks about Terrace of Terror, and that obviously means we are going to Minnie's Melody Land, and we are going to talk to someone in Tenor Terrace. So, yeah, give me just 1 second, and we'll be right there. So the next toon that you talk to in Tenor Terrace is right around this big area here where there's the toon headquarters that gets taken over by the field office, and she kind of just wanders around this general corner area from like zone to zone. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but that's totally fine. So you say trick or treat, and then you get 200 more jelly beans, and then Trombone gives you another hint at where you're supposed to go to after this. Gives you a little rhyme. Give you some more dialogue. And then the next place that we're supposed to go to after that is actually in Walrus Way in the Berg. So again, we're just going to go straight to the Berg, and I will be there in just 1 moment. Okay, so for this next spot in Walrus Way, it's right up near the exit tunnel, or at least sort of close to it within this little private pond area. And the toon is just sitting like right there with the purple gloves. Her name is Batty, Belfry? I don't know how that's like a reference to anything like the Berg related, but anyways, you say trick or treat, you get 200 more jelly beans, and then you walk up and talk to her. And again, I can't emphasize how important it is to actually talk to the toon, because that's what leads to you doing the next toon tasks. So then they give you a little bit of dialogue, and then the hint actually points towards going to Oak Street in Daisy Gardens. So this street is actually the smallest street in the game, at least I think it is, so it's not that hard to find the next toon, and we'll be there in just 1 quick second. So this next toon that you talk to, the Great Pun King, oh, that's a nice little pun on words, and it's right here in the middle of Oak Street, right in the, like, this big center tree here that's like a big scary tree, and again, just like always, you say trick or treat, and then you always have to talk to the toon, and they give you a little bit of dialogue, and they tell you, like, oh, Pumpkinhead, neighborly, and then, yeah, it says boo Jamas to this place, which Jamas represents Pajama Place in Donald's Dreamland. So all you do is just head down to Donald's Dreamland, and I will show you guys where the next Pajama Place Pumpkinhead person is, pretty much. Okay, so this next toon right here is usually found within like this little private alleyway area that's like halfway down the street of Pajama Place, and their name is Headless Horsetoon, and you just say trick or treat, and at this point I think you have like 1,000 jelly beans to my estimate, and then again you talk to the toon, and then, oh, it's actually a horse. That's cool, I didn't know that. Maybe I forgot about it. But then this toon actually gives a suggestion on where you need to go next, and it actually just says to go and talk to Jack. So I'm not even going to cut it away here because it's like right in the center of Toontown Central, right in the playground. So then you go back to Toontown Central, and then here's where you're given the important decision. And you can walk up to him and say trick or treat, and then you will get your last little bunch of jelly beans. Now, if you just want to walk away with only the jelly beans, then that's fine. You can just walk away and then you can delete the task if you really want to. Otherwise, if you want the pumpkin head, then you can walk up to Kazam and you can choose to turn in the task and complete it. And then, just like that, you get the pumpkin head, which I believe lasts for the rest of October, so it's only something that's very temporary. So that means if you don't like the pumpkin head, then it's totally fine. It won't last forever. And again, you have the option if you even want to get it or not. But yeah, either way, that's pretty much all there is to getting the pumpkin head, and I know I didn't really sound too excited in this video, but it's pretty much the same exact tradition the way it is every single year, and nothing has ever really changed much. But you know what? There's always people that want to find out how to do this every year. There's always newcomers that come along. So anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this. This is how you get the pumpkin head in 2025, and I will see you guys in the next one, alright? See you later. Have a nice day.